So I hope you are beginning to feel a little bit encouraged and noticing some of the gifts that God has given you to enable you to do what you do today and to enjoy what you do today, and also beginning to notice how He is calling other people too. But what's it all for? Because God doesn't just give us gifts so that we can feel good about ourselves. That's definitely not the point. No, we go back to the Bible and we go back to what Jesus said to his followers. In Matthew 22, verses 36 to 40, Jesus gives the great commandment to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul and mind. In other words, our upward worship, loving God with all that we are. And then the second part of that, of course, is to love your neighbour as yourself, our outward ministry to those around us. So the great commandment, to love God and to love others. And then also the Great Commission, which we find in Matthew 28, to go and make disciples. We are to be disciples, that's followers of Jesus who make more disciples. And we do that by teaching them all things. A disciple is a lifelong learner. It's amazing. We learn something new about Jesus, about our relationship with God, about who we are every day. This an ongoing journey. And of course that is why the church exists, to be able to live together that commandment and live out together the Great Commission, to be able to worship God, to be able to connect and love each other, and to be able to reach out to the world around us. And so that's why God gifts us, not for ourselves, but for others, that others might know the truth of that as well. And of course, you know, that's why every single person is needed for this huge task. And at the heart of all of it is love. Remember, without love, it's nothing. As St. Paul writes in 1 Corinthians 13, I may have all sorts of amazing gifts, but if I have no love, I'm nothing. And I'm so thankful that even in the ways that I've been able to connect with St. Richard so far, this is a loving church. And I'm sure that God will give us even more love to be able to love our community in greater ways than we have yet seen. So, one of my encouragements for you this week, and you're going to just look at this together as we finish tonight, is to again just spend that time reminding yourself of God's love for you, noticing what that looks like in the everyday, and taking the opportunity to share that love with others.